Hello everyone, we are back. So much has happened while we've been away. As you know, our belief system is quite complex, yet none of it was made by us, but by all the mathematicians, scientists, and sages of the past and then holistically put together. If you would like to know more about it, join the server in the description below. It is known as the Old Belief System, or Unitas Divina. There will be a video explaining it in depth. The Latin language has taken a much more dominant role in our community, as well as the understanding of the different dialects and ways of speaking. It will be a language spoken by the infants of the future, and thus it will morph in ways that none of us can expect. We have a new TikTok, which has posted 3 videos so far, and has done quite well. It is linked in the socials, and thank you so much to your average monarchist. We have a new constitution for the realm detailing the role of the monarch, the government, the judiciary, and this other branch known as the Council of Sages, an independent body of wisdom, as well as on what basis we form all of this. The monarch rules absolutely on the advice of the Grand Vizier, who is head of government, and the other council members which form the Concilium Regium. There is a refined application for the Concilium Regium for all of those who wish to serve. Our biggest accomplishment by far is the emergence of the Royal Charter of Sanctimonian Society, a highly detailed document speaking of the duties of each class and member of society, what Sanctimonian is truly for and about. It is still in progress, and each one of you can comment on what you want added on. I hope many of you come in comments, and most of you haven't so far, but it's great to be involved in the process. Much deliberation has been put into this. The perfect government structure is a socialist, libertarian utopia. However, we are a kingdom, must have a monarchist flair. We call this system the libero-socio system. Yes, it is based on Latin. The system is designed to balance strong central authority with economic freedom and social support. It features a unique class structure that allows for social mobility, particularly the potential for socios to become liberos with merit and effort. But what are socios and liberos? Let's think of them as those who need help and those who desire freedom, respectively. Key aspects of the system for us include a semi-absolute monarch balanced by Grand Vizier and Royal Council, hereditary noble class who act as patrons of the art and the belief system, free market system for liberos with minimal government interference, social support for socios with pathways for advancement, strong emphasis on cultural preservation and national identity, integration of modern technology and governance. The system aims to appeal to various groups by offering stability, economic opportunities, social welfare, efficient governance, and a blend of traditional and modern approaches. Military and law enforcement are structured to maintain order while separating domestic policing from national defense. The harsh punishments are on violence and theft, creating a peaceful society. This society is an honor-bound society. So there are no contracts, none of that. You have to pay your workers in partitions. You have to wait and see. You have to truly trust them. Yes, it is immoral to break the contract, but it's not illegal. This is what makes us so different from many, many others. For some reason, the cars in the back have to keep coming, so I apologize if that affects the video. If you want us to explain more about the system, we can make a video on it, or you can read the documents. It is your responsibility to be involved, especially if you are intrigued. The Great Seal of Sanctimonia is the official seal of the state, used to authenticate the most important documents and to symbolize the sovereignty and authority of the kingdom. It is kept by the monarch, and currently virtually, until it will be held in a very large land area. The same can be said for the Royal Seal of Sanctimonia and the Seal of Sanctimonian Governance, held by a designated member of the royal family and the Grand Vizier, respectively. Ancient Hebrew is a very important language, a numerical language. Some may call it a sacred language. I believe that it's something close to that. Anachnu ha-Elohim, Adonai Garolenu. Our Grand Vizier has told me that this means we are the God. However, Elohim is the plural of the entities known as that, while Eloha is singular. It is a title. It's not a race of any alien being, not a race. It is a title. We can be the gods, masters of our destiny, and I'm referring to this for all of humanity. When the time comes, as you shall all see. The tale of Atlantis whispers on the fringes, and the echoes of a man who appears to have come back from the dead, our old friend, Chichero. Now, more dedicated than ever to furthering our mission. We are an intellectual movement, which is social consciousness shall soon come to dominate the earth. Terra, the mindset, a social construct like Bashar, channeled by Daryl Anka. The Atlantean and Roman heritage runs through us. Sometimes metaphysics can be too complicated and must be kept separate. The previous video which we had, that was a great example of something which might be too complicated for most of you to comprehend, unless you are on that spiritual path, unless you are on that path for sagehood. I would like to introduce very briefly the concept of the Aleph Omega. Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, used by Cantor to denote the cardinality size of infinite sets. It is the infinity of infinities, the maxima. To get larger than the Omega Aleph, one must unionize. And that is exactly what the one infinite creator does, and its infinite desire to experience infinity. Every life, every soul, every thought, every path, every multiverse, every single versa is a part of that creator, is the infinity. In the beginning, there was only infinity. In the beginning, the thought, the word, and all of that existed with the infinity outside of the time-space continuum which we know of today. So it's very strange how Cantor came up with this idea, the true idea about the nature of different infinities. Subsequently, I say that the Aleph Omega is equal to the only God. Aleph Omega is another name for the one infinite creator, which I will explain more thoroughly in later videos. So the tale goes on. The Sanctimonian mindset, unwilling to perish. Let it all go on. The Dragon legacy. The Bonaparte heritage. All of it. I ask all of you to go on, reaching out to the depths of this world and the depths of your very soul. Citizens, shopmakers, artists, writers, historians, parents, children, those who don't even speak English and those who aren't even born, to come together and unite. We at Sanctimonia. May the glory of all the heroes of the past and future flow through you. We are one.